Are you ready, SpongeBob?
Aye, Captain.
Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. Whenever they see SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob got hands.
Not got hands.
Happy St. Patty's Day! Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the season finale of Women, Cocktails, and Whatever. It's your big little sis, Deasia.
Chelle Antoinette.
Hi!
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm cool. I'm good.
You got a lot of energy. You
got
got a lot of energy.
You
You
doing
got
a
a lot
good
of
job.
energy.
I am doing a good job.
So this is season 1.
It's season 1. It's
26th episode.
26th episode of season 1. Thank y'all who have been there since day 1. Thank y'all who are new to us. We gonna keep it coming, but you are tuned in to the season finale. Finale.
Pew, 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 pew.
And you know what we have to do?
Take these shots.
Take these, which are still our snake bites.
There's still our snakes bite, but if you know, tomorrow is St. Patty's Day, so everything's gonna be green.
You got to be mean in green or seen in green. How it go?
We gonna go with seen because I
It's
don't
seen
want to
in
be
green.
mean.
Yeah, it's seen in green. You got to be seen in green. It's the Wiz. If y'all don't, go figure it out. I don't remember. All right, let's get them.
Clink.
You wonder if it's gonna change the taste. No.
It did not. All right.
Still tastes like production made us a snake bite.
That actually wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
Season 2 gotta be different.
What's gonna be different? Production.
The
Your
shot?
pour? Your pour. Change myself, huh? I asked for this. I should be accepted. You're right. When you're right, you're right.
All right. Sticking with our greens.
It's all cute. What you got me?
So it is a Shamrock Colada.
Ooh.
It is. It's cute and it's green and it's celebratory. I found it on the YouTubes.
Hey.
It is. So it is
Oh,
1.5
University.
ounce of rum, 1 ounce of Midori, 2 ounces of pineapple juice, and 1 ounce of coconut cream. Now, y'all, if it's frozen, if it's creamy, the consistency, just mix it. Y'all so nasty. Just mix it so it'll loosen up.
Stir it up
be,
in there
yeah.
when it get creamy.
Yep, all that. You know what? Next season, you guys, we getting production. His own little microphone back there. I want y'all to be able to hear him loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Also, if y'all don't know, Midori is like a melon liqueur.
Melon liqueur.
I feel like my mama gonna want this drink when she see it because Midori sours are her go-to.
So let's give this a try.
Bitch, you doing a good job.
I kind of like this.
I like this a lot.
It's real melody.
Oh, melody.
It's really coconut for me.
It is both. It is both. It tastes like, the little when you get the little melon sticks and like fruit platters.
It's missing
Like a
something.
Yeah, like it tastes like a honeydew, but with like a whipped cream. It's giving you
It's
very much
missing something.
Okay, bartender. After the second round, you gonna add what it's missing. I don't know what it is.
But something.
You got a little bit of time to figure it out.
I want something else.
In addition to,
Yeah.
you want citrus, you want savory.
I want citrus.
Sweet? You want
I
citrus.
want citrus.
Okay.
I'm sure I got some lime somewhere in here. We're gonna see what that do on the second
That's
round.
good.
It is good.
That's our boss. That's our boss.
Happy St. Patty's Day to everybody.
Shout out to Ireland, one of my favorite countries. Might be inappropriate, but specifically because of the high number of gingers that y'all produce, I really appreciate y'all in the universe.
When we was doing this, or we was getting into this, I'm not dealing with her today. I was like, is it okay for us to celebrate St. Patty's Day? I didn't want to like culture appropriate or something
That's
of that
fair.
nature. Because we do, but is that, are we, like what happened? Like, okay, so we do St. Patty's and we do Cinco de Mayo. They gonna turn up for Juneteenth?
They should.
No, they get Martin Luther King Day off too.
Okay, no, I'm asking you. Like, if we wearing all the green, right? Normal. But if they coming out and they red, black, and green, they out here and they celebrating, do we supposed to look at them sideways, or we like, come on and join the party?
I would be like, if it's truly a celebration because you happy or we not slaves, I would be It's a couple people who gonna be mad because they, they plantations had got shot down, and they not gonna be excited about that. But I feel like it's a cultural celebration.
I mean,
and I also think it's different because we in Chicago.
Oh, which is
so
heavy,
I don't think
heavy.
Yeah.
The St. Patty's turn up out here is wild.
It's like,
you ever been downtown during this?
During the river dying? So this is why I'm like, I don't know, because they dye our river green. And at that point, I feel like, how am I not supposed to celebrate?
The river is green, and then the streets are flooded down. But bars, restaurants, everybody is serving whatever special.
I feel like it only comes second to Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Like St. Patty's Day here,
it's like,
except for they actually get it off as a holiday. And here, people just be like, I'm sick.
But they also celebrate on a Saturday for the most part.
There. Yeah.
But March 17th is the official day, which is tomorrow. So you guys happy. Again, if we was wrong, I apologize. But we had no ill intent. Like, hey.
You did the research and everything.
I did. I was like, why St. Patrick's a thing? Like, who is he? Why do we have
Shout out to the OG.
Listen, so I just wanted to make sure. But here we are. Face to face. All right. So a little bit of girl talk.
Work that body. Work that body.
Girl talk.
Work that body. Work that body.
Girl talk.
Work that body. This is very random. It has nothing to do with girl talk, but I want you to know I also need to go get a Shamrock shake from McDonald's.
Well, you got a Shamrock Colada. You could get a Shamrock shake.
I might have to come back. Okay, go ahead. We're getting into girl talk.
Okay. You know what? Before.
Okay.
R.I.P. Tracy Braxton.
R.I.P. to Tracy Braxton. That was such a...
I know it wasn't surprising to the people who knew her and close to her, but first of all, somebody on Facebook spelt the name wrong. So I did not think it was that person. A part of me did, but then a part of me was like, maybe there's somebody they know. Yeah. Because it was Tracy Braxton, like Bracton. So I was like, maybe, and it was just like, nobody that I knew would be heavy into like that type of thing had posted this. I was like, maybe that's like a schoolmate or a friend. But I was like, but it's also giving me Tracy Braxton, so let me Google. I Googled and I was like, God dang. And then as soon as I got on Instagram, the Shade Room had posted.
I got the Twitter update. Like somebody had posted like RIP, and I was like, I didn't know that she was sick.
Yeah, she was sick. She was battling cancer for a year, from what I've gathered. I'm not sure what form of cancer, but battling cancer for a year. Yeah. And she was only 50, so she was young. Very young. So my condolences to the Braxton family. It's just weird when you watch people on their show, like BFV was out for 6-7 years. Yeah. I felt like I knew them people.
And you also grow up with them.
Yes.
Like you grew up seeing them and hearing. So yeah. That's hard. And that's going to be even harder because I always think about from like the family standpoint that y'all have lived y'all life so much in the camera that like during a process like this when you grieving, I can't imagine all of the stuff that's going to come to you. Like that's tough. So,
and it was just a tight-knit family. And if you watch the show, it's just so many up and downs, right? I found myself being in this place in my life too. Like I be getting angry quick or all the time or just really frustrated. Yeah. And then I had to start going. I stopped and be like, don't do that because they don't mean nothing or they don't mean nothing bad or that person might not be here and then you're going to be mad because you was mad about all this petty stuff that wasn't even important. Like sometimes I didn't even get deep. But
but that's real.
Sometimes I like had these moments with my mom and I'm like, lady, you're driving me crazy. But the moment she's no longer here to drive me crazy, I'm a freak out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My brother is very big on, which surprisingly for me, not for other people, but because typically I'm the more like empathetic, sensitive one. And my brother is always my like reality check on, girl, you have a right to feel how you gonna feel, but also like think bigger picture of like this, you're not even gonna always be able to feel that way about the person. So having to balance that is that's adulting. Adulting for sure.
I want to do that.
No, we ain't saying
I did not ask for any of this. No. I don't want to grow up.
Sick of adulting, actually, at this point. Sick of rent, sick of
and you're an adult for so long.
Like, I don't even get... No, okay, let's get into some real talk. You are an adult for so long. I understand at this age.
Temper tantrum.
Like, I throw tantrums now. Because, what?
Why? No, like, real talk. You're a child for, like, this amount of your life, right? And then at 18, they're like, you're grown.
And if depending, here's the crazy thing though, because depending
you know
on
how
like,
childlike I am at 18?
Where you grew up, what type of family structure you had, what race you were. Like, honestly, black kids grow up quick. So you don't even got till you 18. You got about till puberty. And then they're like...
You done took care of all your siblings. You know how to cook a 3-course meal. You like...
Not even that, because that's like life skills.
No, but I mean like you had to be an adult probably way quicker than you needed to be an adult.
Like society looks at black kids like...
You took all the kids to school on your block, walked back. Because that was me, and I was like 9.
Nah, I don't... That's adulting. But even in terms of just like basic stuff, right? Like puberty hit, I got boobs. Society was like, you're old enough to make decisions for yourself. What? And ask for these? I don't know. Just because titties popped up does not mean that I now know what they supposed to do. This is stupid. Don't like it.
Yeah.
Black kids, like society be like, oh, teenager, you're an adult. But that's like socially, because back in the day, like our grandparents, you did hit 13. Go make...
Yeah. But like, as a generation's gone, like y'all ain't realize we should probably push this back some. Like, it's just a part of me that 21 now I'm like an official adult, right? Yeah. At 21, I'm just still figuring shit the fuck out.
Am I an official adult at 21?
Remember being like 16 or something and being like, I'm gonna be married at 25 and I'm gonna have this and that and this and that. Who, what, when, where? At 25, I'm still trying to decide what I like about him. Like,
first of all of those little goals. What was the little MASH? You doing MASH?
Oh, yes. What was it? Mansion, apartment, shack, or house?
Okay, we were setting ourselves up for the okie doke. All these expectations. Yeah, because, that means that I could just work for...
But truthfully, I couldn't even imagine being married at 25. And not that that's a bad... Like, people get married at 25 all the time. But, like, where I was at 25, I wasn't ready to be married.
I think it's hindsight. I think at 25, I very much so could have been married. I think if I had still grown into the person... That part. But I feel like if I had grown into if I got married at 25 and I still became the person I am today, I probably would not still be married. Which is part of why I was not married. She knew herself. She knew herself. Her conscience said, hey, babes, run. Don't do this. Like, it's just... But I think that's what happens, right? Like, that's what midlife crises are. People grow up in, like, adults for so long and then get to a point where, like, why am I doing this? I have not done anything in life that I wanted to do. And we call it a midlife crisis. And it literally...
Quarter life crisis.
We definitely
do get quarter life crisis. She had a whole life crisis.
Yeah. But it's real. It's generational, though. Like, the older generation, they didn't hit it till midlife. And they was like, oh, now I have the kids and the house and the spouse and all of this stuff.
At 25, we freaking out.
They didn't been working on their job since they was 18. So... By 40.
I also think it play a part too because when we were younger, older people seem so much or like in our eyes it looked like they might have stuff together. Like, oh, they got a husband or a wife, they got a kid, a home. Yeah. They 30, maybe like 30. And in our head, what they look like to us now is probably like 40, 45-year-olds. Yeah. And so at 25, you're like, I'm not even on the verge of doing what they were doing at this age.
I be sitting at home sometimes like...
You be thinking you failed in life.
I feel like I'm very much so not doing something. Life is something not... Universe, what are we doing here?
For real.
But that's also because, like, yeah, the 60-year-olds when we was growing up looking like life had hit them horribly. And the 60-year-olds now to be like,
listen, fight y'all.
Hey, why you look like what you look like?
You look fantabulous.
So yeah, that's real. And in terms of adulting, this is gonna be kind of a sidebar, but on point. Hey, Kim Kardashian.
Man.
I really feel like you should not talk anymore to people about what they supposed to be doing to live their lives.
What'd she do?
Kim Kardashian, they was doing a little interview or whatever, and they asked her, as a businesswoman, what advice would you give to women in business? And you know what Kim said?
Bust it wide open for the ground.
I wish. I would have applauded. I'd be like, know your truth. Use what you got to get what you want. I would have been like, yes. Makes sense. Even though to this day, I don't think that was that great of a sex tape, but I digress. Marketing is everything. What she said to us was, get your lazy ass up and work.
Cause she did that.
That's what she said for real. That's not even like, oh, I'm putting extra. She literally was like, get your lazy ass up and go to work.
You didn't even get your lazy ass up and work in that video. I don't even know.
You ain't even... You didn't even work for the dick. I don't know why I got to get up and go work for.
But a lot of her workers that was like on the show, the stagehands and things like that, was saying we wasn't getting paid, but we was doing.
So here's my other problem. You're trash as a businesswoman. From all that we know about you, you literally have gotten your money from cultural appropriation, from stealing from your boyfriend's family. We ain't forgot that you robbed Brandy and her mama sued you. Never forget. Okay? And from avoiding labor laws and not paying your workers or purchasing stuff from overseas where you know that they're not going to pay them and it's like literally slave-driven factory work. And stealing your ideas from other people. This is what your version of work is? That sounds very fun to me.
She said, I went and got my degree.
The privilege of painting yourself brown.
Oof.
And being able to get rich and tell me to get up.
Ooh. Whoa.
I'm generationally tired.
Oh,
I'm generationally tired.
Ma'am,
I'm generationally
tired. There you go.
I'm
gonna let you rock on now.
And I'm mad and I am upset. Like, it's one thing to be like, go after what
Shots
you want.
fired.
Shots all the in the chopper. I don't even care. Pew, 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 pew. Cause like, it's one thing to be like, yes, you do have to get up. And it's hard. It can be very, very hard when you're building stuff, when you're helping other people build stuff, to literally get up. We also had to deal with the panoramic. Rent is too damn high. Gas is too damn high. Life is very expensive here. So the luxury of like your mental space, when you came from money, you've had money your whole life. Your mental luxury of being able to get up ain't the same as mine.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't got
It's
it.
not.
I don't have it, and so you're disrespectful. And you should shut up. Next time, don't answer. And people trying to be like, oh, she was mad at Courtney. Because some point, I guess, either, I don't know if it was that same interview or in the show, whatever, Courtney, they were having a conversation. And Courtney had made a comment like, business is not my priority. I'm a mom. My children are my priority.
Okay, Courtney.
And I was like, respect.
Yes.
And Kim was mad. And I was like,
yeah.
this why your child cuss you out on live all the time.
North be over her bullshit. I don't know what you're talking about. But like, let's speak of other people who's like failing in the adult department.
Oh, okay. Who we got?
Juicy Smooyay. Right.
Juicy.
Are we?
Yes!
Are we freeing him?
Why did we waste taxpayer dollars in Chicago and he don't even live here?
First of all, they told him to pay. He said, no, I'm going to court. Now you got 150 days in jail.
He does not live here. Do you know how much money we spent in taxpayer dollars to literally send him a invoice to pay us?
Because Twitter found this out, everything got in 2 days.
Listen, but like, okay, let's talk about it. What was the reason, Jussie? What was the reason?
He was bored on a storm in Chicago.
You are on Empire. You are at the time like one of the top TV shows that's on Fox. You had absolutely he did his little run on Underground when he was on there for a minute. You're doing greatness. Why did you feel the need to do this stupidity? Like, this is dumb.
He was set up
by himself.
No, by the people.
Jussie was set up by Juicy?
Yes, he was. That is the answer. Good answer.
He was set up by the scammers. Okay, I don't know what y'all want. Here's the catch-22. I don't think the case should have went this far.
I totally don't think it should have went this far.
Because it's the catch-22. A part of why he went to court was because there was a lot of mishandling of justice on like the prosecution side. Mm-hmm. So like the city, the police department, the DA, like all of them was also like fueling this and making shit up, honestly. Like he literally got half of the stuff thrown out because it was like, oh, we're thinking that he said this and and it wasn't the case. So even in terms of it being like, oh, they was like, he said that they screamed MAGA or something like that. He never said those things. There's nowhere in his actual police report that he said these things. But the city promoted it as this big, well, this is his claim, which is part of why he went. So that's why I'm like, it shouldn't have went this far.
Either way, I'm sorry.
And the judge was a hater.
The judge, I mean, they really did make an example. Like, you're not going to come and lie and do this type of stuff. Fine. 150 days, 30 months of probation, and like a $25,000 fine or something like that. But he can still travel. So they was like, you can still do your work. You just got to check in, but you only got 30 days of probation. And it pretty much, to me, they pretty much said, don't come back to my city trying no bullshit because this was going to happen. I think that's what they did. Yes! He's going to the county jail.
Is he going to gym pop is the question.
Yes. That's why, so, truth be told, part of it for me is like, it is kind of a y'all are being ridiculous because he's a celebrity. And I don't think that has, like, not that you shouldn't get your sentencing, but being realistic, like, I'm going to just say you're sending a gay celebrity to Gen Pop.
Where they do stuff.
I feel like, so when people are like, I don't know why he making these outbursts, they're like, oh, I did not commit. Because
if something was to happen.
In general, people who are in the LGBTQIA community in Gen Pop of jail struggle. And there's a lot of things that happen to them that either get covered up or they get pushed because nobody wants to be concerned. So that's why I'm like, he don't even live here for you to be sending him to jail here. Like, that's why I'm like, it don't make money.
He spent a substantial amount of time here.
He spent a very cozy snow blizzard here. Where he got jumped by his bodybuilders who did not want him to put out there that they was sucking for some truck fit, okay?
Here we are, face to face. But yeah,
he's wasting taxpayer dollars.
Reduce
my gas prices.
Those 5 months is gonna fly by, my guy.
Is it?
I don't know. I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to be positive.
Let's cross fingers for early release. He don't need to be in the jail.
If you gave me 30 months of probation, you could have gave me 35. Like, what?
I'm like,
give me some community service.
Why do I need to go to jail for this?
You won't be lied.
The aldermen lie about stuff all the time. They don't gotta go to jail.
Listen, because you know
again,
Illinois.
Come on. He do not live here. There is nothing about this is going to make us money. Nothing about this is making us money. We are now spending more money because we have to house him in the county jail. Juicy Smooyay don't need my tax money to eat.
So, speaking of people being from here, I finally finished Kanye's documentary.
Oh, how was that for you?
You did not finish. I thought you finished.
I did, but like...
Oh. I'm like, wait, hold on, sis. Wait a minute. You know I enjoyed it. What I'm sad about is that Cootie missed the 6 problematic years of his life that I really would have liked to see.
That's why I asked, how was that for you?
Because we missed the Bush don't like black people. We missed the
I don't really consider that a problematic year.
No, but I'm just saying him getting on TV and was just we missed.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I was just gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had the bet. We missed the behind the scenes.
And does.
And we to watch the throne, the fallout.
That's what I would like. I would like a watch. Who is recording Jay-Z's life?
Somebody.
Because our common common denomination for all of these things be like, what Jay-Z was doing? Like, where was he at? Because you see him pop up in Kanye video,
them early years.
But they got closer after that. So
that's something I wanted the behind the scene thing, but I get, and then I also felt like, oh, you got a little money and a little fame. You was like, bump out of here though. Like I don't really fuck with you like that. I'm like, that's trash
how his life was gonna plan out. If we ever listen to his music, when he get on, he leave your ass for a white girl, and he did. Mm-hmm. He tell y'all that people get money and forget where they came from, and did. He told y'all how him and Kim's relationship was gonna play out. Have a couple babies, and we should just listen.
He's
a prophet for himself.
He's the Simpsons.
Prophet for himself. For him Simpsoning Kanye. Simping Kanye. Simpsoning Kanye. Because I like the documentary.
Yeah, all in all, I did enjoy it. I actually enjoyed the behind the scenes of making that first album. Mm-hmm. Knowing that they kind of put his stuff on the shelf and was like, you got an accident, we gonna see. Knowing that, not that I didn't know some of these things, but they didn't take him seriously as a rapper. And even when they put him on Rockefeller, they still wasn't taking you seriously as a rapper. Mm-hmm. And in fact, I think that's the part that blew me the most, though, is that you was hustling to get there. And Cootie was with you every step of the way, right? He made fetch happen for you. Yep. And then as soon as you got it, you was like, I don't need you. I don't need you no more. And I was just like, that's kind of trash. even though Cootie and the other guy got a lot of other projects off, like they did other videos and other stuff, so I think that's dope. But it was just like, dude, you would have never gotten this first video.
I would like an interview with
had
them.
it been with me.
Yeah, I would like an interview with them to kind of see like what their take on it was, because you know, like business deals be business deals.
Yeah,
and when you're doing it with friends and family, that can be
Get
its
little,
own little like. Was it kind of like we realized we don't need to go in this direction, or whatever was happening with him? Y'all was like cool saying that, or was it just like he really did y'all like snake y'all and was like, oh well, thanks. Not here for you anymore. I would actually really love to like hear them talk about the experience of it, because also Kanye,
but I did like it. I'm not well, the last part of it, the third part of it, it was long and smushed all at the same time. Like that last part was like an hour and a half, and I feel like they tried to get through so much.
Because there was some stuff that he was also probably like, no, yes, no.
He did executive produce.
Yeah. There was definitely probably some stuff where Kanye was like, you cannot. No, I have an image.
I don't, but see, that to me, I don't feel like. I feel like Kanye would be like, put all that shit in there, because I know what I said it, and I meant what I said when I said it.
Kanye is very particular about, even with his problematic stuff, what he is when it comes to stuff like that. Not generally his tweets and all of that, but like documentary wise, I feel like he very much so would be. This is the version of me, and like what people would be offended by or like take problem with, and I'm okay with them seeing. Like half of why I feel like this documentary came out was like him and publicity. I don't think it had nothing to do with like, oh, truly the story behind the scenes. I think Kanye was okay. This is a good time. Calculated. Go ahead.
Well, I think he said he was trying to put something out, and then Cootie was like, well, let me show you what I've been working on, and then they collabed the whole thing. So I think the first 1.5, I actually think that last third part is Kanye. I just feel like the first 2 parts of it was all cool.
That's what I mean. Like, I feel like he was like, oh, you do have this footage. Like, it was more of a low-key, I'm finna use you, and I know you got this footage of me. Producer credits, let me get my money for it. Sure.
But it was nice seeing... It was nice seeing Mos Def and Luda and... Ooh, Mos. And you talking and excitement, and that does not help me. I don't read lips well. And Luda and Pharrell running out in the hallway, and so it was just like an enjoyable that beginning half.
See the first episode to see Beyonce
just,
in the
just
hallway,
chilling in the hallway like some regular ass chick.
Hello, I'm gonna go on to open for somebody at some point. It's me, Beyonce.
So yeah, I definitely enjoyed that. I feel like we should be on another round of snake bites.
Okay. I'm ready.
Hard out here for him. We trying to get the money for the rent. And Cadillac gas money to spend. There's a whole lot of people jump ship.
I saw a lot.
I don't know none of his part. I don't know any of his lines.
Yeah. All I know is whoop that trick.
Get him. Get him.
I know the other song. I don't know his version. It wasn't as important.
Yo, I'm still laughing at Terrence Howard coming out on that 3-6 Mafia versus.
But actually, like,
I mean, I was happy to see it, but it was like
what DJ would be like now.
Yeah.
If he like DJ would be at the verses.
Yeah.
DJ would still have that outfit on. He would know this has made sense to me. I watched the movie the other day and was like, Terrence, this was you.
I'm assuming we recording, so let's go ahead and knock out these snake bites. Clink.
Chasing your drink with snake bite.
That one on this definitely.
Alright.
That was a strong pop.
You know.
Dirty pop. Dirty pop.
So have you heard about the talk shows getting canceled?
I feel like I heard The Real.
Yes. The other one would be Nick Cannon.
Wait, what? You just
So baby daddy Nick. Come on, everybody's baby daddy.
Everybody's baby daddy.
So Nick Cannon show's getting canceled after like 6 months. Or so, but you're gonna get like he got pre-recorded episodes. You're gonna get the rest of those, but yeah, this is gonna be the last thing.
Why they canceling Mr. Entertainment?
I mean, I guess the ratings are very low. Like the ratings are like 200, 300,000.
Who is the show actually on?
Fox, which is gonna which is gonna bring me back to my topic because The Real is also on Fox.
Well,
so are we canceling?
Oh, it's Republican.
Yeah, are we canceling?
It's giving me very
people
much so
of color shows because Wendy Williams is on Fox, but she had medical reason. I don't think otherwise.
Is it canceled?
It's getting, I believe it's getting canceled because then Sherry Shepherd's getting her show. So I think she's just gonna fill in that spot.
Oh, Sherry? What's this?
So,
it's very much so giving me go to VH1 because they pay you. So I don't know. Go to the BET.
I'm actually surprised.
Back on BET.
But you know what? I'm not mad. Listen, hear me out.
Fox Soul. What about that one though? Like
who?
Fox. So Fox Soul is the black
network.
No, I know what you said, but
black.
who? What is I'm watching this for?
What's on Fox Soul?
I mean, they got black talk shows.
They have that talk show with
Demi Lovato.
No, hear me out, because fix your face. Okay, number one, fix your face. But they have a talk show, but I don't know if I've never seen it on TV, I only see it on YouTube. But it's got Vivica Fox and Claudia.
Oh, where they do it on the like
Zoom. Yeah, I'm like, were they ever transitioning over?
I thought that was just a YouTube show.
I don't know. I know it's a Fox Soul thing, but I don't know if that's just strictly YouTube because I don't have Fox Soul to watch anything.
You know,
I don't even know where to get Fox Soul. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what I'm telling you. I don't know where to put that.
Like
However,
so
y'all got all the problematic black people.
However, you guys, I'm not mad about Nick Cannon's show being canceled. I really wish they just make him a nighttime show. I think he works better as a nighttime show than he does a daytime show.
I feel like they set him up for failure because I didn't realize it was a daytime show until probably like a month ago. So I always assumed it was on. Yeah, and I always assumed he was a nighttime
I
show.
feel like those slots are taken with the View and the Talk and the Real and all the, and then women are watching those things in the door. Not to sound shady, and I know that when you watch Nick Cannon show, it is very towards women, kind of.
Yeah.
But women are home more than likely at home taking care of their kids or whatever. So those shows are designated for more women, right?
I also feel like just person, right? Like his personality, whether people acknowledge it or not, like his personality is late night because what you know him from.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was just the wrong slot for him to be in because, but I feel like personality wise, he would be a lot more entertaining, You can do a little bit more because you're on late night TV.
Honestly, would love to see a black man on late night TV because all of our, first of all, would also love to see a woman. Just saying.
Yeah.
Welcome to Women's History Month.
We haven't had that since.
We have not had a woman on late night, but just as just solely you're hosting a talk show, we haven't had a woman hosting. Like you don't have a Tonight Show with a woman. You don't have, and you don't have one with a black person outside of since Arsenio, I think.
Yeah, that's what
So go ahead and put Nick. That's why I say VH1.
Oh, the Vibe one. Who was oh my God. Wasn't it Vibe? Was it Vibe? With what's the dude name? Y'all know the dude. Is it? I'm thinking is it Vibe? It's Vibe, right? That was a talk show.
I think it was either Sinbad or Mark Curry.
Sinbad, I feel like did.
Yeah, but no, it ended up being somebody else. So maybe I'm thinking of a different show.
I feel like I do remember Sinbad having a talk show.
But
I digress.
97 talk show. It was him. Yes.
Okay, no, it's another. Did they switch out?
But I feel like that's the problem. Like we don't have nothing consistent because you get one and then they give you a black person and switch out into like, oh, for a couple months they try somebody. Like they tried Nick Cannon out instead of being like, we're gonna commit to a slot that makes sense for you. Because outside of it just being women, his show, Nick Cannon showing up, he not Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is who we got a talk show from, right?
Yeah.
Steve Harvey does not give me nighttime vibes.
No. Steve
Harvey is anybody in the family daytime vibe. Yeah. Nick Cannon coming out here with the fitted suit and the long john print. Very much so. Evening time. I don't care what you're talking about, sir. You got 17,000 baby mamas.
You know who I would also think would be very good in late night TV, and I know he'd be booked and busy, but I feel like it would be great entertainment. Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx get a show.
Nighttime, like late night talk.
100%.
Right in between the Jimmy Kimmels and the Jimmy Fallons, it should be a Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx on late night TV with Buzz.
Because he finna do it.
Pay me later for that.
That's gonna be phenomenal.
That's what I'm saying. He's in. He knows everybody.
The guest that he's gonna get.
He knows everybody.
He's like, slide by my house after.
I don't care what if singer, actor, rapper, whatever, old, young, new, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, he knows everybody. I think it makes a lot of sense. And not just his little, that little show that he was like randomly interviewed. Nah, give him like an actual. That was a good little thing too, though.
Yeah, but give him an actual thing. Because, Kevin Hart also has his show. We get it. We know that people have shows. We're talking about pay people primetime money.
Exactly.
Okay? We want primetime because them primetime slots be for the white people.
Kev on stage, late night TV.
Give us some primetime slots. Give us our late night shows because who be up late at night? Us. And that's why I said BET should bring back talk shows though. Because BET don't have talk shows like they used to, but all of our talk shows, when they had them, were hits. From the animated version of talk show to Yo Late Night. Sita, baby.
Sita's
That's not a talk show.
Sita definitely was a show.
I didn't say it wasn't a show.
No, she had a talk show.
I don't remember that.
In terms of like, it wasn't like, oh, Sally Jesse Raphael, but it was a talk show for what BET had. Come on, Sally. Okay. It was a talk show. Like she said, gave you the latest news. Here's this random person. Give us our
give us free.
Speaking of give us free, Ryan Coogler, the director of Black Panther, was arrested for having money while black at a bank.
Not you, Slick. Hey, yo, can you go on my bank account for me?
But imagine I'm rich as hell, and I'm like, I don't want people clocking my cash.
Especially in the pandemic.
This man said, here's my bank card. Here's my account number. Can you please just count the money in the back? I'm being robbed. Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Tell that manager.
The calmness of what type of scammer do you think I have to be to come in here and slide you a robbery though? What is this? Is this the Wild West? Is this how we commit bank robberies now? Give me all the money in the bag.
I'm sorry.
How is it working out? I'm upset about this. The man was like, I need $12,000.
You ain't take your ass to the ATM.
He gave his ATM limits. They don't have enough.
Do it twice. I don't know what you want.
I want to be able to go to my bank account and say, here's my routing number and my bank number.
And he should have been able to do that.
He had a bank slip. The note was written on the bank slip with the rest of his information and his ID.
She was like, I'm being robbed.
Dispatch even asked, did you verify?
I'm being robbed by the black man.
Imagine having bank just out here. Imagine Jay-Z going in there. Hey, I'm trying to get into my
my Bank of America account.
He's not even trying to get to the Bank of America. He's like, let me get to my box. He got a whole box in the back with 4 special keys. He like, let me get to my box. I'm being robbed. Ma'am, it's only one of these keys. It's mine. I have it. What are you talking about? Nobody else can get here. It is a fingerprint on the box. I don't know. She said I'm being robbed. I hate it. I hate it here. And I don't like it.
Mm-hmm. I did my stuff. What you got?
But we love Boosie. We're Team Boosie this week, y'all. Only this week. Boosie, okay, he did an interview with the Vlad TV. Shout out to Vlad TV.
No.
But, you know, in general, for publicity's sake, Vlad was doing an interview with him and he mentioned Rihanna. And was like, you know, how you feel about her? You know, her and A$AP, I feel like they should have got married first before she got pregnant. This is what Vlad is saying. One would expect Boosie to say what?
I agree.
You would expect Boosie to be like, yeah, because the hoes.
What?
That's how Boosie is. Boosie. That's what Boosie said.
Excuse me, say what?
But you know what Boosie said? Mind your damn business. And I said, wow, Boosie, it be different when it's not your kids, huh? It hit different.
Mind your Mickey Ficky business.
Yeah, Boosie said, you know what? She did what she wanted to do. She's a human and
Mickey
she's a
Ficky.
person. She's a person, and so she did what she wanted. She made her money. He was like, in fact, what he said was she did it right. She made her money. She dated. She figured out who she wanted to be with, and then decided she was gonna have babies, and she could take
And the thing about it is, what if she don't want to be married? What if they got whatever they just agreed upon?
Oh, and then Vlad was like, well, they're planning on getting married now. He said, if she don't want to, she don't got to. Maybe somebody's in Boosie's ear.
Maybe.
Growth. Not his kids. Growth. Because Boosie.
This is the greatest gift.
Gave us everything.
Shout out to Kelly.
What is Kelly doing now?
I couldn't think her real name. Is it Natasha? Okay.
Insecure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is Natasha.
I'm about to say it's Natasha. Okay.
Oh, okay. I got a question.
Uh-oh.
One of our favorite white girls, Miss Kelly of the Clarkson.
Oh, okay. I do like Kelly.
It's a Kelly special.
Kelly got to pay her ex-husband.
Yo, I saw that.
Hey! What? And you know, like, equal opportunity.
She got
or
like
whatever.
Mary J. and
Alimony.
thank you. That's the word.
Alimony. Mm-hmm. equal opportunity or whatever, right? So, you know, like, if the women be making the money or whatever, and the men do not, right?
City boys up.
The city boys are up about 14 points right now because Kelly Clarkson has to pay. Boy, 1.3. Oh, it's the child support. Why is he? Glad you got my kids.
I was gonna say, why she don't have custody of her kids?
She's singing and touring and stuff. Right?
What they got to do
with me?
You ain't here.
If I can afford to pay you 1.3 million, I can afford to have my own tour nanny.
Yep. And school, home learning. You with me?
Ain't nobody better than that daddy.
There's a lot of people better because obviously you don't do nothing. But okay, I'm gonna do what the men do. You don't do nothing but sit at home doing nothing.
You don't cook. You don't clean.
I'm not putting out.
I got a bed for it every night. What in the
special occasions and birthdays is the only time I get head. I don't have.
You got a chef. I got you a chef. You don't have to cook. I got somebody to come in and clean, so you don't have to clean. I don't understand what you do.
I have a house manager. What do you do? You don't even manage the household. What is you doing but take money? You didn't spend my money this whole time. No, but we cannot think that way because. I'd be damned if one of the aunties don't get their spousal support. We're going to be like, hey, sis. Hey, but still.
Then we're going to be like, you spend all time at home taking care of them kids. You don't know what it looks like.
The house, he don't even know the mental shit. Okay, but I just feel like that's a lot of money.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
And I actually want to know more information about the case because for her to not have the kid, like the custody thing is what's sending me. Because I feel like.
The prenup is what's where was that?
Where were you?
I think they did have a prenup because it would have been more than this. But it's almost $200,000 a month in spousal and child support. 115 in spousal support, 45.
Okay, low key. I'm gonna be honest. Hear me out. When it comes to spousal support, right? Even I feel this way. I bling bling. Okay, I feel this way when it comes to spousal support, even when it comes to women receiving spousal support. It'd be one thing to be like, I've been with you and you've provided, or we've been in this lifestyle together, right? But, if you leave me, you has left this lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. I don't know what I'm talking.
You only got this lifestyle because you was with me.
If I am the lifestyle, I'm the vibe. This is the vibe that I got. I'm the vibe. If you leave the vibe,
you on your own.
If you leave a Jamie Foxx party and go to a Kanye party, you cannot then be mad at Jamie Foxx for your bad experience.
Two different vibes.
You chose. So I feel like
going home. I don't know why you cannot bust out.
The song is raging.
Any 5 Heartbeats, Temptations, Sister Act 2s, any
musical of the blacks, we are here.
We are here.
I think the only one we don't do regularly is Dreamgirls.
That's because I watched Dreamgirls probably like 2 times in my life.
No, it's one of the sad truths. I be hurt every time you say it. I be wanting to move, and you be like,
move, get out the way,
and I be like,
get out the way. Get out the way in the key of Luda.
It's not it.
Can we get another one for the City Boys?
Speaking of who need to move and get out the way and go to jail, the bitch who lied on Chris Brown.
City Boys is up again.
I don't really feel like you should count this as being up. I feel like you maybe want to just say the game is tied at this point because
he had the receipts.
He did. Chris Brown pulled out the receipts. Chris Brown said you wanted the dick, you liked the dick, said it was the best dick. Not really.
No news.
Confusion, turmoil. And I just think, sis, you need your ass beat. From the west of the women.
Sis, you're doing a bad job.
You is doing a bad job. Sis, you is trash as fuck. But the rest of the women around the world, we have it hard enough without y'all hoes lying. And I mean hoes because you got real hoe behavior. Okay? Not because you sucking and upping. Okay? It is because you sucking and upping and then being mad about your outcome. Either Improve your mouth game or improve your mouth game.
Can't take her nowhere. Just here.
Either talk like a player or suck like a hoe. You got 2 options here.
Put it on a shirt.
Stop being mad.
Put it on a shirt.
Stop being mad because you didn't get your way. Move along, okay? It's hard out here for pimp tears. Howard told you. Now you lying? Of all the people we got to go side with?
So do you think she should do some time?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
100%.
You
I
need
think
to get
any woman
something.
who lies about something
Yes.
like that because that's such
Yes,
a difficult
that's
thing
such a
anyway.
thing.
And it ruins people's careers. It
And
ruins people's lives.
and-
And careers not even just in them being like celebrities.
Yes.
Careers
period.
isn't just period. Your family, your reputation, how people look at you, how people
Yes.
view you, how you view yourself.
Yes.
Becomes this very real thing. And there's enough women who do not get justice for these things. For you to come up here
Yeah.
making up because you mad that he didn't like your sex. Or he might have liked your sex.
And
he
what
just
you
been
didn't want no more.
I
got a plethora of sex.
You was my Wednesday, I got a Thursday. I'll get at you when I get. And you are mad and like? Because that reminds me of what happened to, I forgot what comedian it was. But the girl was like, oh, this was rape. Like, tried to Me Too him. And he was like, no. Actually, it was consensual. I asked you multiple times. And like, she was literally mad, not because, oh, you really physically attacked me. It was just because, like, oh, she wanted more out of the situation.
Is that recent?
Maybe like a year or 2 ago.
Brian Callen?
Nah. It was I want to say it was one of the Indian comedians. I can't think of his name.
Aziz?
Maybe. No. I don't remember, but it was a comedian, and it was really one of them situations like, oh, they get, like, maybe I think it was an exchange of head. And she
that
didn't
sounds
like
familiar.
it.
That does sound
like,
familiar.
it was just like he gave you bad head or something.
That
and
does
you was
sound
like,
familiar.
well, I didn't want it in the first place. Girl, either be a better teacher or get up and leave. I don't know. Like, it'd be situations where, like, you can't play them games. Like, they're very real situations of coercion, of rape. You making it up because you feel bad about your night and you thought you was going to come up on Chris Brown. So, you know, Chris Brown was like, y'all need to apologize. In society, we will apologize for believing a liar. But Chris Brown, you're a narcissist, so you should believe it.
So moving on, because I know we're going to do ratings and stuff like that. But before we get up out of here, on our season finale
Can I get a kiss?
of our first season.
That's going to be a rating skyrocket.
Yeah.
My tongue shell down. We going.
Oh, whoa.
Nice.
Wait a
Ratings are
minute.
skyrocketing today.
Wait a minute.
I'm lying. I would never.
Jesus. Okay. Favorite things and lessons from season 1. We got to have a discussion.
Favorite things is starting this and doing this. Bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job. You doing a good job, bitch. Doing a good job. Okay. Yeah, I think starting this, I think learning and figuring stuff out is just, it's been a wonderful experience with you.
It has definitely been an up and down experience. Production wise.
Production.
What's your function?
Yeah.
Doing it on your own, like learning like cameras and lights and editing and sounds and effects and like trying to just learning that. Losing files. Files is a thing.
Y'all, we got some of the best footage y'all ain't never gonna see. Never gonna see.
Audio problems and figuring that out. What systems to use or what not to use.
I think also as like talent wise, learning how to power through.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I think we've powered through a couple of days when one, if not both of us was just like, I'm not here for this.
But you had like, and I think that's an important thing, right? Because when Kim K tells you get your lazy ass up, you have to, of course, get your lazy ass up. But like the reality of there's moments and times where it gets very, very frustrating. And you kind of want to be like, am I sure that I want to do this or I want to stop? And
you know the laugh is real when the shoulders work. I was over here hitting you with a beat.
Like, there's moments where you want to just be like, why?
I'm sorry.
And I don't know what.
It's
production part 2 is on the other side doing stuff, and we is confusion and turmoil. Because
what is happening?
I can't get the glasses out. Look, it broke.
Okay, moving on.
But I remember, so not so long ago, someone asked me like, "Oh, like how are you feeling about like the show or whatever?" And like thinking about like all the things that you do hope happens, right? Like you hope and say like, "Yes, we'll get monetized." And I was like, I think at some point though, we just enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
Like there's moments where it's like, "Oh my God, I don't feel like it."
Yeah.
Because it's work. But then it's like I can power through it because I enjoy it.
Because I mean, if we're not on air, we talking to each other anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not like, you know, but it's the production of it all sometimes, and being like, I have to
This my job.
get my mind right, because if we're in the privacy of our own having conversation, I don't have to put on a face.
Mm-hmm.
I can just be here and not care about anything. And then you come here and then you like face, cameras, lights, action. Waka! Like you have
look
to
good
get
on camera, girl.
Girl, not better than you,
Honey,
but
honey,
I appreciate it.
I be like,
They're gonna really think we got something going on.
and if we do, subscribe.
Shout out to our 124 followers.
124 followers. That might not mean a lot to y'all, but
that
it means
means
a lot to us. Like it really, really does. Like legit.
It means a lot to us.
Because there have been times where I'm like, we could not record, and I'm like, nah, it's people who watch us actually every week.
Yo, I have people hit me up and be like, so you not gonna post an episode?
Yeah, like when we're late,
yeah,
they be like, hey,
where's the
everything
episode?
okay? I've had people literally inbox me like, everything okay? And I was like, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you.
Tech difficulties.
I'm gonna tell you. Production, I'm letting this one fall on you, bruh. Because we was at our noon, we was at our 12 o'clock release.
Oh.
Well, 11 o'clock.
Production does not like. I'm pulling Kanye on you, okay? You sick of
We
it.
was on our cues, and then it was
Time
just
don't be
like.
timing, you know.
They like Faden's hit. It made you think something different. Daylight savings hit. My 10 o'clock became my 12 o'clock. I'm not really sure. I'm on mountain time. Yeah. What is mountain time?
The time don't change.
I know, but like, why is that not the rest of the country?
I don't know.
You want to know when I really for real paid attention to mountain?
That's like Arizona. Yeah,
So
like
let me tell you when I started
they
paying
don't do the
attention.
daylight savings time. Like they just
We
stay.
need to know
They
Yes,
just stay
they
at
just stay
one
the same
time all the time.
It's like neutral.
Yeah.
But I learned about them. What's the Netflix show?
Right now.
It's a Netflix show where they go back in time.
Just
and
get
stuff.
just hand her the
Okay, all right.
run the bottle.
I don't remember the name of the Netflix show. It was something about some cards. No, not cards, not house cards. That's not what I'm thinking about. It's a Amazon Prime show.
I cannot.
Ladies.
Hey, you gotta go. It's a door. It's a door.
I cannot.
Somebody say
Thank
right.
you. Thank you. You guys to go. You guys to get. We had got here some champagne. This finna be long because I can't get this open. I need a thank you. Hey, shout out to Black Man. This is a very random aside, but we really love y'all. Y'all is amazing. We appreciate y'all existence. We thank y'all for being here. We also thank y'all for sliding in our DMs.
Oh, you got some DMs. You got some new
You
messages.
got some DMs.
Not I.
Mhm.
Baby, it's all you.
Or I got some DMs for you.
Oh.
Come and talk to me.
And you been holding out on me?
I really wanna be. Oh, my ear just popped.
I feel like that's not a good place to put that. I wanted to put it in the middle of us, but I got all this equipment back here.
Is it gonna go?
It's not gonna go.
It's not gonna go.
Okay, nope, got it.
Go,
Nope.
go.
So, season finale.
Season finale!
You know what? I'm so happy. I know they be like, people be wanting to shoot.
No.
I don't want that.
I was about to say something very lewd, and I decided against
You know, you've been in a lewd kind of mood today.
it. I'm often in a lewd mood. I think I've just been like, oh, it's a celebratory day.
It's so pretty.
It's so pretty. It is so pretty. We got the fancy glasses.
Shout out to you.
So what was
Oh, I did so well on that one.
what was one of your most memorable moments for this year, this season?
Hippie Juice. Hippie Juice episode.
The first drink with Jen.
Oh. Is that the
The
first
first
one? The Jen Basil? I mean, the
think
basil?
So, yeah.
The basil
the
smash?
first trip with Jen, because it was the first time we were both like, we have been asleep.
For so
We've
long.
been asleep for so long. Changing our lives now.
Favorite, what else?
What else is a favorite? When production finally started talking.
Yes.
That
Now we can't get him to shut up.
production, let me tell y'all, production was like, no, I'm just here, like, filming, editing, all things production-wise. I don't need to be on camera, don't want to hear my voice, don't want to do none of this.
He still don't want to hear his voice.
He don't want that, but he would be, like, in the back trying to, like, signal to us.
We were like, we don't know what you're saying.
First of all, I'm blind. You're putting up signs, and I don't know. What is this? Okay, just tell me what you're saying. So when he finally used the blessed voice, tell me
What you want?
tell me, and we were like, yay! And everyone loves you. For that.
Everybody's look at you. They didn't even know you was gonna be a thing, and you became a thing.
You is it? Ooh, you doing a good job. Ooh, you doing a good job. It's doing a good job. Ooh, you doing it. So toast to the. Oh, come on, bring that.
I thought we was gonna hit it.
I'm
right
ready.
I was like,
Ooh, you
listen.
doing a good job. Ooh, you doing a
Shout
good
out
job.
to us.
Shout out to us. We pop champagne.
So make sure y'all drop below. No, real talk here on the dropping belows, right? So we're gonna take a little break to get ready for season 2. But we want to know what you guys want to see, what changes, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to add, what you want to take away. Like, help us help you, right? We're here to entertain you, also to
For
talk.
your pleasure.
But
sometimes.
let us know what you guys like and what we can adjust or add, because, you know, we're always looking for new things. On our hiatus, we're looking for
We're not
what we
looking
can
for
do to
things.
spruce up and make things better or whatever.
Just a little razzle.
A little dazzle. So, you know, holla at
Do
you
a
girls.
good job as fans and let us know.
But thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you. Ooh, we supposed to rate.
Oh, that's coming. We're going to put that right
I
there.
got a Diane Carroll it. Has
So-
it burned in the freezer?
Rating this Shamrock Colada for the show. What do you think? What do you like?
You know what I want to do a better job at next season? Remembering if we're doing out of 5 or out of 10.
5.
Okay.
5.
How many fingers you got?
4, 8.
8 and 2 thumbs.
And 2 thumbs.
I was like, 8.
So wait, pause. No.
1, 2, 4.
I said 10, 4, 8.
3,
So-
1.
Say how many fingers? I'm like, you got 10 fingers. So my brain went. And I was like, no, wait. Then I
4
thought
on each
I was like
hand.
4 on each hand. And I was so you got 8. That's where my head went.
10, 4, 0.
And 2
One.
thumbs.
What
What are you giving this?
I'm
one?
gonna give this I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay.
It's just very like
I like
candy
it.
like. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
really
giving it
candy-like.
a 4.5 though, because I just feel like I'm missing something. And it's probably citrus. It
We
probably
didn't do
is.
your citrus on
We
the back
didn't, but
end.
that's okay. It's probably citrus because I'm so used to
I'd
having
say
some
so.
type of lime, lemon, something in our drinks, and I feel like that's probably what I'm missing. But
See,
all in all,
we do the opposite because that's when I'd be like 4.5 because I'd be like, okay, it's citrus, it's herbal.
have
and
you
I'd be
met
like,
me? I
wanna
like all
know.
things citrus.
No, I'm saying for me, I'd be
I
like,
know.
oh, it's citrus and herbal, and then I'd be like, I'd be wanting candy.
But I do like it. So it's probably more like a 4.75. We're going to go with that.
4.75.
Mhm.
I like that.
Sorry, Pooh.
Standard ratings. 4.75. PlayStation. Alright, you got anything else?
Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Make sure you drop your suggestions below. Make sure you follow us on all of our social medias. And yeah, we be back in what, a month?
We're gonna be back in a month. Still check the page for content because
Yes, we still gonna drop some stuff here and there.
Be our full shows.
Yeah.
It's okay. We know y'all love to see us. We love to be seen.
So that's why you should follow us on everything else. That way you can really keep up with us and everything that we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Period.
Anyways, we out, girl. We out.
Deuces!
Bye.
Run fast for your money, fast for your father, fast for your mother, your sister, their brother. Dog days are over now. The dog days are
Oh.
Can't you hear the whistle blowing? Yeah. Yes, White Castle. Come on, Chicago.
Nah, we still gotta go back to this damn blooper that we was talking about.
So if anybody want to run to the gas store, not gas station, the corner store,
They gotta get
I was like, the corner store definitely has champagne.
Nobody drove.
what corner store?
Any corner store that sells Mad Dog 4040 got champagne.
Not my dry ass neighborhood, I can tell you that.
Oh, I forget y'all in dry neighborhood.
You gotta go to Vincent.
You gotta get to 87th or something. Shit.
It's trash.
We gotta cheers with
We
production.
have to
Cheers with production. Thank you guys for being a part of our
For real, for real.
No,
Like-
and for real.
Listen.
And you're a blessing. You are such a
Like-
blessing. And I didn't want to bug you because I was like, I know somebody who can do this.
And I was like, okay, well, is he going to do it? Because otherwise we got to figure it out ourselves.
I was like, but okay, maybe I can just ask him to help me. And then we can still do it on our own, but like, just he tell us what to do.
You have been a true...
And then just me, I'm like...
I feel very Tyler Perry-ish. I'll be like, hey, I have wonderful ideas and intentions.
Where's my bad wig?
And I got one. If you want.
You need a bag.
You know what I'm saying? Where's
Cornrows.
But it's like, that's one of the things where like, I truly
I'm sure I got a wig in the box.
I want some
You do
locks.
have a
I'm not saying sure I got a wig in the box.
I got about 2 at home. Don't do that. We ain't got no insurance. Just silence.
No talking today.
Silence.
I'm drunk. Let me be quiet.
Down in front. That's not how I get over it being drunk though.
I eat.
I be like, and turn up.
I be fearful of eating.
To me, if I'm sick, I'm like, get it out of my
Hey,
system.
why y'all
Don't
let
give
these
a fuck.
White Castles get cold though? Why are we playing this game?
Oh yeah, run that.
I was waiting on your
Oh, your story.
Oh, you wanted my story. Which story do you want? You want first time paying foreign cops or about second
Bring
time?
that over here.
Yes, because my
Second time.
house is gonna be on this episode. I don't know what.
Not sponsored, but should be by Chicago.
Not sponsored. That is great. We cannot put that name up. We're gonna blur it out.
I appreciate what they did there.
Fries and stuff.
So what you want? You want
Run all that. Run all that.
Mexico, South Africa.
Oh,
South Africa? What? Let's start with the motherland.
I didn't even hear the South Africa story.
South Africa was just very random. You just need to keep it. South Africa is why I knew what to do in Mexico. So, riding around and getting it. Okay, we had went out to the club or whatever. And I was kicking in, people I was with, nice cars or whatever. And we like driving. We're driving and like, all right, they're like, there's certain neighborhoods. So they're telling me because they're actually from like local. And they're like, we might end up having to get into stuff just because like on this day, like I think it was like either Friday or Saturday or whatever. They're like weekends.
I
when people
failed
know.
myself.
Why?
I did no chicken rings.
I'm surprised no one got chicken wings.
Oh, I failed myself.
We got chicken sandwich though. So they're like, there's just so you know, like it's likelihood that you might see police. Don't be alarmed. I was like, I see police all the time. I'm not going to be bothered by this. It is what it is. So literally, we're driving whatever, and they're like, it's because of the car gets stopped all the time. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Sure enough, we're like probably 10 minutes from where we're going, and not even 10, probably like 5 minutes, like around the corner from where we're going. Cops, swoop, 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 comes to the window. What's up? How can I help you? Was I like, what do you mean going too fast? And the cop was like, oh, we need to see like, their version of like license registration.
Give me your sheets.
And that is not that. I don't know what in the Western Snipes and Coming to America 2 but that ain't it. So he's like, yeah, whatever. And literally just goes, how much you need?
Wait, what?
I said, we see this direct with the motherfucker. We don't even have to pretend that this is the back. How much do you? And I was just like, hi, whatever. No, that's not what this is. It's not what this is about.
This is definitely what this is about.
Definitely what this is about. Paid the man. Y'all have a great evening.
This is
Speak.
great promo.
So that was my first encounter when I realized, oh, like y'all be for real. Like when you see the like some places that you go and like some departments, it just literally be So once I got to Mexico and encountered, that was his own.
Was it like We Are the Millers? When they went down there and the cops came in, it was give me like $5. We good to go.
It was other stuff happening, but it was more of a like I know I'm very comfortable in doing what I need to do in this situation because it was like either we finna like pretend and be like, oh no. So I'm just like, oh, okay.
They
like
put our cheese in there.
They did not, or no mayo. They're trash individuals. And look what they did with our chicken sandwiches. Why would you do this? Why are we doing this here? This is stupid. I don't like. This is stupid.
This is not sponsored.
This why it's not sponsored. Trash. But yeah, so in Mexico, it was really one of them things where like lowest of keys being like, I've seen enough of Mexican cartel movies and television shows to understand that y'all is just fishing for something. Whether you have just reason or not, because I think at some point I think they might have stopped like half a flight. And I was just like, this the cash I got. Like legit. Oh, wait a minute. I was like, no, why you hiding it? Because you're not hiding that you searched me. You're not hiding that you're trying to send us to jail. You're not hiding nothing. So.
You trying to extort.
So somebody's entire life was paid for in Mexico. Okay. South Africa was like, oh, I didn't really have to worry about it. Because, like, no, somebody's entire life. Okay. You sent your kid to college, paid off some. Okay. Because the peso to American dollar.
Okay.